Welcome to tonight's top news stories from around the world. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Nouri. Let's get started with the headlines making waves right now. President Donald Trump says Canada should become the 51st state under his leadership. President Trump signs orders to target sanctuary cities and strengthen immigration enforcement. Trump says he is running the country and the world in Atlantic interview. Trump's promise to end Ukraine war in 24 hours unfulfilled as conflict continues. IBM invests $150 billion in U.S. manufacturing and research. Governor Hochul encourages New Yorkers to book summer campgrounds. Ten suspects face court as Kim Kardashian robbery trial starts. German author Alexandra Friuli found dead on houseboat. Police suspect murder. Putin declares 3-day ceasefire in Ukraine as Trump pushes for peace deal. New Pope to be elected starting May 7 as cardinals gather in Rome. Spain and Portugal struggle to restore power after massive blackout. And Conte enjoys Napoli's win as they move top and secure Champions League return. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. President Donald Trump suggested that Canadians should elect him to make Canada the 51st state of the United States. In a social media post, Trump said Canadians could have lower taxes, stronger military support, and business growth if they joined the US. Elect the man who will cut your taxes in half, boost your military for free, and grow your industries with zero tariffs or taxes if Canada becomes the 51st state, Trump wrote, referring to himself. He also said America can no longer afford to spend hundreds of billions of dollars on Canada unless it becomes a U.S. state. Trump's comment came as Canada held a national election. 16 political parties competed to form the next government, and the main contest was between the Liberal Party and the Conservative Party. Canadian leaders quickly replied to Trump's message. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre said Trump should stay out of Canada's political matters. Liberal leader Mark Carney posted a video saying Canadians will make their own choice. The election result will shape Canada's future leadership and decide if Mark Carney stays as Prime Minister. President Donald Trump signed 2 executive orders to boost immigration enforcement and highlight communities that limit cooperation with federal law enforcement. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said the orders were signed marking Trump's 99th day in office during his second term. The administration is focusing on tougher border security, with Border Czar Tom Homan reporting historic low border crossings. Leavitt said the message is simple: obey the law and allow immigration officers to remove threats from communities. The first order strengthens law enforcement protection. The second order directs Attorney General Pam Bondi and Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem to publish a list of sanctuary jurisdictions that block federal immigration enforcement. Homan announced he would visit Rochester, New York today to support local officers disciplined for helping a Homeland Security agent. The administration's conflict with sanctuary cities continues in court. On April 18, FBI agents arrested Wisconsin Judge Hannah Duggan for allegedly interfering with the arrest of an undocumented immigrant. Trump called the judge terrible on April 27. Meanwhile, lawsuits challenged Trump's immigration policies. On April 24, a federal judge blocked Trump's funding policy. Bondi also filed lawsuits against Illinois and New York over immigration issues. President Donald Trump recently stated in an interview with The Atlantic that during his second term in office, he is not only running the country but also the world. He reflected on his first 100 days, saying the first time around he had to focus on running the country and surviving, dealing with crooked individuals. Trump also commented on his improved relations with the billionaire class, including Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos, saying he now receives more respect. Despite his approval rating dipping to 39%, Trump continues to enjoy his role and says he is having fun. He was asked about the possibility of a third term and left the door open, though the Constitution prohibits it. Trump also discussed his conversations with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, saying he believes Hegseth will get it together. Trump's relationship with The Atlantic remains tense as he has criticized the magazine in the past. President Donald Trump had pledged to end the Ukraine war within his first 24 hours in office. However, nearly 100 days into his second term, the conflict between Russia and Ukraine continues. Russian forces have relentlessly attacked Ukraine while Ukrainian forces have fiercely resisted. Trump recently stated that a deal might be possible, but expressed skepticism about its quick resolution. Trump criticized both Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, blaming Putin for complicating negotiations and Zelensky for prolonging the conflict. Trump admitted that his earlier promise to end the war quickly was an exaggeration. As Trump works toward a resolution, he was focused on a proposed deal that could provide the U.S. access to Ukraine's rare earth minerals. The president has also publicly pressured Putin to stop the violence, calling for a peace deal. Meanwhile, Putin announced a temporary ceasefire to coincide with Russia's World War II celebrations, but Ukraine has demanded an immediate halt to the fighting. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. IBM announced a $150 billion investment to boost U.S. manufacturing and research, with over $30 billion dedicated to research and development. This investment will support the production of IBM's mainframe and quantum computers in the U.S. Arvind Krishna, IBM's chairman and CEO, emphasized the company's commitment to American jobs and advanced computing, stating, "Technology doesn't just build the future, it defines it." IBM's mainframes are produced in Poughkeepsie, New York. The announcement comes amid President Trump's tariff policies aimed at encouraging companies to expand manufacturing in the U.S. IBM's investment follows similar commitments from other tech companies like Apple and Nvidia. Apple pledged over $500 billion to expand U.S. manufacturing, including a new factory in Houston. Nvidia also announced plans to manufacture chips and AI supercomputers in the U.S. to strengthen its supply chain. Governor Kathy Hochul announced that New York State campgrounds are now taking reservations for the 2025 season. Most of the state's 119 public campgrounds will open by May 16. Reservations for campsites, cabins, and cottages can be made up to 9 months in advance. Governor Hochul encouraged New Yorkers and visitors to unplug and play by spending time outdoors. She stated that New York's campgrounds offer a perfect escape from daily life. Campers can book through Reserve America, available online and by phone, for stays ranging from 1 day to 9 months ahead. The 2025 New York Camping Guide, available online and in print, features details about state campgrounds, including maps, fees, and reservation instructions. A loyalty program is also available, allowing visitors to earn points for future stays. Governor Hochul's Unplug and Play initiative will support outdoor recreation, including community centers, playgrounds, and swimming facilities. The trial for the 2016 robbery of Kim Kardashian began in Paris. 10 people, 9 men and 1 woman, faced charges for robbing and kidnapping Kardashian and a concierge on October 2, 2016. 2 admitted being involved, the others denied it. Kardashian, who was attending Fashion Week, was tied up and held at gunpoint by robbers dressed as police officers. They stole $10 million worth of jewelry, including a $4 million diamond ring from her then-husband, Kanye West. Kardashian recalled being terrified and thinking she would be killed. Her lawyers said she would testify on May 13. The trial is set to end by May 23. Originally, 12 defendants were expected, but one died and another became seriously ill. The main suspects, nicknamed the Granddad Robbers, are mostly in their 60s and 70s. Elmer Khadiji, 69 years old, allegedly led the heist. Another man, Yunus Abbas, admitted being a lookout and said he would apologize. Only one stolen jewelry piece has been found so far. Lawyers worry Kardashian's fame might affect the case. Now it's time for global updates. German police are investigating the death of best-selling author Alexandra Fröhlich after she was found dead on a houseboat in Hamburg with signs of a violent attack. She was 58 years old. Authorities said her body was found on April 22, 2025 by her relatives, who immediately called the fire department. Officials confirmed it was Fröhlich and stated she died as a result of violence. Prosecutors now believe it was a homicide and are asking the public for any information. Investigators have used a 3D scanner and police divers to help their search for clues. Fröhlich lived in Hamburg and worked as a novelist and freelance copy editor for women's magazines. Penguin Publishers released her 2 popular books, My Russian Mother-in-Law and Other Disasters and People Always Die. Both novels were on the Spiegel bestseller list for months and explored family drama, hidden secrets, and death. Investigations will continue in the coming days. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. Russia's President Vladimir Putin declared a 3-day ceasefire from May 8 to 10, 2025 during World War II Victory Day celebrations. The Kremlin said Ukraine quickly accused Russia of violating the last Easter truce Putin had announced. The Kremlin said Ukraine should also respect this new ceasefire, warning that violations would meet strong responses. During the Easter truce, Ukraine reported 59 shellings and 5 attacks by Russia. President Zelensky said Putin either lacked control over his forces or was not serious about ending the war. Putin's new ceasefire call came as US President Trump increased pressure on Kiev and Moscow to reach a peace deal. Trump met Zelensky at St. Peter's Basilica and later said Zelensky was ready for peace while also threatening new sanctions on Russia. Vice President J.D. Vance warned that if no deal is made soon, the US could step back from talks. Russia said it was open to a deal but needed more discussions. Catholic cardinals will start voting for a new pope on May 7, 2025, the Vatican announced 1 week after Pope Francis died. Cardinals under the age of 80 will gather in the Sistine Chapel to choose the new leader for the world's 1.4 billion Catholics. The date was decided after a meeting of all cardinals held 2 days after Francis' funeral. Francis, who passed away on April 21, 2025, at the age of 88, had led the church since 2013. Following his death, 255 cardinals were called to Rome, but only 135 are eligible to vote in the conclave. The Vatican has closed the Sistine Chapel to prepare for the voting, which will happen under Michelangelo's famous frescoes. There are still few clear favorites, but Italian Cardinal Pietro Parolin is seen as a top choice. Filipino Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle and Ghana's Cardinal Peter Turkson are also considered strong candidates. A huge power outage hit Spain and Portugal, causing major disruption across the Iberian Peninsula. Subway and train services stopped, traffic lights and ATMs went offline, and mobile networks failed. Spanish power company Red Eléctrica said power restoration could take up to 10 hours. By night, only about 35% of Spain's electricity had returned. Portugal's capital, Lisbon, stayed dark, though 750,000 customers had power back. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez said a strong oscillation in the European grid caused the outage, but the exact reason was still under investigation. Portugal's grid operator REN said extreme temperature changes in Spain triggered the problem. No cyber attack was detected. Electricity from Morocco and France helped Spain recover. Airports operated on backup systems and rescue teams freed trapped people from elevators. In Lisbon and Barcelona, streets filled with people as public transport stopped. Spain and Portugal are expected to fully restore power soon. The blackout affected millions but spared Spain's islands and African territories. Let's have a look on today's sports story. Napoli coach Antonio Conte said it was time to enjoy the moment after his team went 3 points clear in the Serie A title race by beating Torino 2-0. Two first-half goals from Scott McTominay helped Napoli move above Inter Milan, who lost 1-0 at home to AS Roma. Conte said Napoli are now mathematically in next season's Champions League, calling it an important economic goal. Napoli, who won the league in 2023, missed European competition this season after finishing 10th last term. Conte told his players to stay focused with 4 games left. Napoli will travel to Lecce next, then face Genoa, Parma and Cagliari. Conte also gave updates on Frank Anguissa and Alessandro Buongiorno, who picked up injuries. Anguissa suffered a blow to the pelvis, while Buongiorno's tendon problem needs 24 to 48 hours for a full diagnosis. Conte said the team is used to facing problems and will continue strongly. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 18,899.80. The NYSE Composite is increased by 4.39 points or 0.02%. Tokyo stock close price is 35,839.99. The Nikkei 225 index is increased by 134.25 points or 0.38%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,288.41. The Shanghai index is decreased by 6.65 points or 0.20%. Hong Kong stock close price is 21,971.96. The Hang Seng index is decreased by 8.78 points or 0.04%. Bombay stock close price is 80,218.37. The Sensex index is increased by 1,005.84 points or 1.27%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. President Donald Trump says Canada should become the 51st state under his leadership. President Trump signs orders to target sanctuary cities and strengthen immigration enforcement. Trump says he is running the country and the world in Atlantic interview. Trump's promise to end Ukraine war in 24 hours unfulfilled as conflict continues. IBM invests $150 billion in US manufacturing and research. Governor Hochul encourages New Yorkers to book summer campgrounds. Ten suspects face court as Kim Kardashian robbery trial starts. German author Alexander Fröhlich found dead on houseboat, police suspect murder. Putin declares 3-day ceasefire in Ukraine as Trump pushes for peace deal. New Pope to be elected starting May 7 as cardinals gather in Rome. Spain and Portugal struggle to restore power after a massive blackout. And Conte enjoys Napoli's win as they move top and secure Champions League return. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all smart TVs and Roku TV, Amazon TV, Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jadoo TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago Video Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.